Always fun to have Tim Legler here in D.C. with us, and it's always fun also when you have a plan for a segment and it doesn't get blown up by what happens on the floor, right? We said we wanted to talk about Boston, and their play certainly is an open door to do so. I don't want to take anything away from Coach Mazzulla because I think what he's done sliding over on the bench is impressive. But I feel like this young group, and they are still young, the maturity they're showing, the growth they're showing from where they were a year ago at this time to a finals loss to right now is remarkable. What are you seeing out of them night in, night out, and specifically on this night?
It's a great point about them as a group because, look, Mazzulla's done a great job getting handed a tough situation and the way that they have played and responded to him. But this team plays with a certainty right now about who they are and what they're about and their professionalism. And we could talk about Jayson Tatum a lot. Obviously, we're going to do that all season long. Of course. But there are little things they do better than other teams that try to run the same kinds of actions. But one of the things I want to focus on, Scott, is the way this team screens. And it may sound like a simple thing, but nobody really does this kind of thing. And it starts with Jayson Tatum, as it frequently does, in the middle of the floor. And what he typically tends to do, which is occupy multiple guys. The defense is going to shift to his side. Now, when this ball comes out, typically the ball would come out and most teams would go run a ball screen out of it. But this screen takes place as a flare screen while the ball is being swung. And they do this all the time. They're the best flare screen team. They're the best on-ball screen team in the league. So this flare screen takes place as the ball's coming, and it creates chaos. Second thing they do, they make great reads and great decisions, and the addition of Malcolm Brogdon has made them so much smarter. So he could have just shot this or maybe swung it to Derek White when he saw traffic, but instead he sees that Damian Lee's head is completely turned to the action. So now he can get into this gap right here, and ultimately you're going to attack this backline guy, and they always seem to have their bigs in the right spot at the right time, which is exactly what Cornette does on this baseline feed, get the layup. Now, here's what I really wanted you to focus on because nobody screens with their best players the way the Boston Celtics do. Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum are setting ball screens all night long. And it takes a lot of energy to do that. These guys are at a level where most star players say, you know what, I don't want to do that. Just give me the ball and let me go. But by screening, you create action out of it. So here's the first one. Jaylen Brown's going to get this switch. And how hard is this to defend? As soon as he gets it, now you got Tatum setting a ball screen, and he's going to end up doing a quick little slip into the middle of the paint. But when Jaylen Brown brings this back over, it creates just enough confusion on the part of the two top-line defenders that ball will get to the middle. It's wrinkles like that. And I'm watching them tonight, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know that I've seen a scorer on the level of Jayson Tatum set as many ball screens as he does in the course of the game. It takes a lot of want to. You've got to convince him it's the right thing to do. And he's got to be a guy that understands good things can flow from that by me being, the guy that initiates that contact at the beginning. Curry does a lot of it too. But Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are so willing to do that. Creates a lot of problems for teams defensively. That's why they're the #1 3-point shooting team in the league because of all of that action.
The talent, the hoop IQ, the connectedness of the group. I mean, you see it in all phases nightly, which is why you said to me earlier, you're drawing a line beneath them right now. Looking down the road, but a lot changes. It's fluid. But right now, you draw a line beneath them and say, give me them over the entire field.
Why? I said it to you guys earlier. If the playoffs started tomorrow in best of sevens, here we go. I'm taking them versus the field. They're on a completely different level. This is historically good offensively, what they're doing right now with this kind of efficiency. And Tatum and Brown now are at a point where it's every night. They have led them in scoring, one of those two guys, every single game this season. And collectively, they've only missed 3 games between them, which is a big deal because we know most teams have a hard time keeping their stars healthy. This team has that unfinished business approach that I love to see teams have. They're ticked off by the way their season ended a year ago. They got better with Brogdon, Derek White there for an entire season, and Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown continuing to improve. So right now, they're just playing cleaner by far on both ends of the floor.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.